Year. What's good, everybody? We are live via Zoom. Why? Because we got Sanchez on assignment, like a field reporter, out in the West
Not
Coast, uh, doing Copa America things. What's up, Sanchez?
listen, man. It's way too early in the morning for this right now.
Hey,
Jet lag,
I
jet lag, hungry,
I've been on a 2 day
bored.
drinker, bro. We're both hurting. I haven't stopped drinking since Friday.
It's like that Cali Wowie. What's this called right here?
Yeah, you
The
you enjoy the
fall
enjoying the locals.
fallout fuel.
Fallout Fuel. Look at that. Fallout Fuel. Son, Fallout the show means like like you seen the show Fallout.
No, no.
I never played the game, funny enough, but the show is the it's just like apocalypse shit. So Fallout Fuel, my man. But how's it been with Copa America, man? Like how was
Oh
the
man.
vibes on that? It's been what, 2 matches already, or just the
No, this
first
is my.
match?
That was Ecuador's first match against Venezuela. It did not
Yeah,
go well. We lost 2-1. Red card in the early part of the match. The
yeah.
vibes off the beginning were not good. I didn't like the vibes. There was no pregame vibe. There was nothing.
Mm.
Very generic outside the stadium. There was no um like any type of manufactured atmosphere from Copa America organizers. Nothing. There was zero. There was nothing outside the stadium.
Really?
Yeah, it was
I'm surprised,
really.
dude. I'm surprised because they're billing this
It made
as
me
like their
sad.
pre-World Cup.
It made me sad because that's how exactly how it's gonna be in the World Cup.
And you know what's crazy that you say that because I was seeing some Instagram stories of Seba's a photographer that we met at the event. It was I think Colombia was playing at MetLife or close by enough that there was a people either had gone, so they were doing the tailgates. And he said that he's in his stories was the police were kicking him out almost immediately. Like they weren't letting them still hang out after the match. It was like, nah, get out of here. And I remember he captured he's like, this is why we don't the culture doesn't uh keep or getting improved or because you
It's
just
gonna.
kill it.
It's. I saw it on Twitter yesterday about people were complaining on Twitter about how Venezuela and Ecuador was held on the West Coast in a 70,000 seat stadium, and there was 29,000 reported announced
Wow.
attendance,
Oof.
but it must have been maybe 20 to 25 in the building.
And what was the split? I remember you in the chat you were telling us
No, it
about.
was. I feel like it was mostly Venezuelan. It was a majority
Really?
of Venezuelan. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I saw
definitely, yeah.
that you had
But what I was
commented on
getting at, what I was
Twitter.
getting, what I was getting
I
at is
got you.
that the I forgot. The having the games here, it doesn't. It takes away from like we saying the culture and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because on Twitter, I read that the U.S. CONMEBOL doesn't care about fans. It just cares about the business part. And as long as it's making
Yeah.
money, they don't. People are gonna come to the games regardless if you put zero atmosphere. So why put it out there? Why put
I've seen
why
that
why
story
why
like
why invest in ads, marketing, everything if people are still gonna come? You know.
On Twitter I've seen that on social media where they're very big on that Comenbo is their fans from at least from South America have said that it sold their soul for the dollar. They had that one Copa America Centenario, saw how much money that brought in, and said, "Okay, we're just going into the honey. Like we're just
Yeah.
gonna keep going back to the well." Going like
And
it's
on top of
that.
the fact that, on top of the fact that CONMEBOL, because they organized this, they didn't allow any official supporter sections for any of the teams in Copa America,
Mhm.
including USA with the American Outlaws. They didn't allow any, they're not allowing any drums or flags or banners or anything. My regular standard 3x5 flag, they denied it. I had to like get off the line and fold it and hide it and then
Really?
try to get back in. Yeah, like they're not allowing anything in. So when I forgot what was the announcer on the game over the I think it was Friday or one of the Fox people were saying, oh in the Argentina match it was lacking atmosphere a bit, and it's because they're not allowing the atmosphere to come in. The
That's
organizers are not letting drums in and flags. And so how? So when you have Argentina versus whoever in Atlanta, Canada in Atlanta, um, and you're expecting the same vibes as the World Cup, it's impossible because you're not allowing those fans to bring in those vibes.
Nah, man,
You know,
that sucks.
and then
That
you're spinning it. Then you spin it on that broadcast that it's like, oh, it's a very neutral crowd. It's like American fans who want to see Messi. I'm like, that's not necessarily true. Yes, they were there, but what about the Argentine fans who traveled, who were in those pregame videos the day before and the day of, were going crazy on the streets of Atlanta? Those same fans weren't allowed to do what they were able to do on the streets inside the stadium, where it's supposed to matter the most.
yeah.
And I feel like that takes away a lot of, like yesterday, the Venezuela fans. I know they have like supporters and stuff like that. Have a little supporter culture that they're building for the national team, and they were doing this one song that I know that the drums influence um how the words are said, and they were saying it without the drums, and like this song doesn't hit at all, nowhere near
Really?
hits anywhere near how it would be with the drums on the background.
Yeah, that
Like it's just like I'm like it's almost cringe what they were doing. I'm like, you guys could stop that,
that's
you
sad to
know?
hear, man, because I was like, honestly, because I've been so busy with like work and stuff, so I haven't. I know you've been talking about it in the chat, but I haven't been like able to pay attention. So I was hoping like I'm gonna come on and ask you, and like you're gonna tell me, hey, it's been
Well, no,
amazing,
and on
like
top and
it's
on
been
top of that,
jovial and all of that.
Levi Stadium is like California MetLife. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's not
There's
really
no
San
parking.
Francisco. It's not
There's
really.
no parking. Uh, the parking lot for the stadium is only one, and it's not that big, and it's shared with Six Flags. The local Six Flags shares that parking
Yeah.
lot.
And to take the
So
train, you got to take
and
Cal
and
to
park
another one to
oh
another one.
parking was $120.
A money
So we
grab,
didn't do that. We
pure
didn't do
money grab.
that. We went to look for parking on the street, which we found a place for $60,
Yeah.
but it was still $60 in a warehouse employee parking lot.
So there was no, they didn't even let you like cook out, like no tailgating,
Nothing.
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 Just quédate en tu asiento and then bam bam.
That's it.
Damn, yo.
$19.50 was the beer.
¿Qué?
$19.50. My brother over there bought one beer and he's like, this is the only one I'm buying.
Nah, I'm going to Uruguay, Bolivia on Thursday. Now I'm like, I'm thinking I'm gonna
Well, it's
go
MetLife.
and I'm
It's
gonna wait into like walk
and
into some
that's
stuff.
no, you also got to take into account for me, Ecuador, Venezuela, how many Ecuadorians live on the West Coast? They all live in New York, in the New York area, the East Coast.
Yeah.
How many Venezuelans are living on the West Coast? Well, enough that they were the majority, but it still wasn't a lot of people in the grand scheme of things. And it's like the big stadium. Like this game could have been held at the San Jose Earthquake Stadium, and the vibes would have been a lot better.
That
You
that
know,
should be.
the
So I wanna
the
because
intimacy part about it would have
I
been.
wanna ask you this. I wanna ask you this part now that you're talking about the stadium. A big talk has been the grass, the fields.
Well, this field is a
And
grass field to begin with for the
yeah.
NFL,
So that's
so
what I'm
it
saying.
was a
For
perfect
you,
thing.
it was fine.
It was
But
a perfect stadium. Yeah.
have you seen the blurbs that come out?
Well,
Like
with the last night, the Mexican player that they were playing in Houston, I believe, NRG Stadium,
yeah,
they
versus
laid grass
Jamaica.
on top of turf against Jamaica. Was Edson Alvarez the
Mhm.
one that plays for West Ham? Didn't he tear his knee or something?
Oh,
Non-contact injury.
that's
Yeah,
crazy. Like it's
yeah. Last night during the game, you've had every team complain about it. You've had Argentina, you've had Chile complain, Peru
you got
complain.
America. Weston McKennie's
The
now
U.
on record talking about it.
Well, they played today in Dallas
Yeah.
on the similar setup. So let's see how. Hopefully, they complain. They say something also, because I don't imagine because all it is it's uh the grass laid on top of turf. But I read that the Atlanta Stadium where Argentina played was
There's grass on top of
uh
concrete.
grass on top of concrete.
Yeah, that's why it was just bouncing.
But still, that's basically the turf,
Mhm.
and that's probably almost worse than on top of the turf because you're eliminating the cushion, the shock absorbent factor in it.
So I think the then
The
for what you're
natural
telling
give
me,
that grass would have.
yeah, what you're telling me then is that the what Copa America was supposed to be like the teaser and the stuff to kind of light the fuse for the World Cup is falling flat now. Then you said
No,
it's
No, this is exactly what I said would happen for
No,
years.
I know,
No,
but
hear
what
me
I'm
out.
saying is
Hear me
like
out.
this is what's happening.
It is a teaser. It is a sample of what's to come. And the part is, it's the shock value of this is what we're getting. It's for the people to realize who, I don't know why you would think anything different would be coming to this country when we all know in America, you can't bring a backpack into a game. You can't bring a banner into a game for any other sporting event, any other concert, any other anything. What makes you think they're going to change all the rules that Americans have been um, forced to abide in for the past 23 years since 9/11? It goes back to that. Like the state police run establishment of this country has like ingrained in us that we think it's normal.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to bring a bag in. We think it's normal. You can't bring a bottle of water in, like used bottled water. You know, like we think this is normal for the rest of the world. It's not normal. You're allowed to bring. Like there was someone there on the line in front of me who had a backpack in. Like you could tell he was not from here. You could tell he might have came from a different country. Like he was Venezuela. He might have come from Venezuela because he had like a deodorant in there, a cell phone charger, a water bottle,
You
like
would expect him to be here
a,
for the whole day. Like you're like,
a
I'm ready
small
to be here
tablet.
for a while.
Yeah, like this is my bag that I'm gonna be walking around with all day. And they were like, you can't bring this in.
Yeah.
And the bag, it was a regular like JanSport bag, but like it wasn't even half full. Like he rolled it up into the size of a fanny pack. That's how little contents it actually had in there. And they were
Yeah.
like, you could bring everything in but the bag.
See, like that sucks
So
because
like, so what?
again, we're gonna get a World Cup that's gonna be bland. It's not. It's gonna be
It's going to
just
be, people complained about Qatar being bland in that sense, but it wasn't, just because uh uh the fans that traveled in from their respective countries made it the
yeah,
way it was. But in the US, we're only going to have fans who are already in country. Very little of the tickets sold are going to be for people from people outside of this country.
yeah.
It's just, that's just the reality of it is. Then you're going to get bland environments and crowds where like the fans are not used to supporting their team a certain way at their home stadium. They're just used to supporting teams how they see it done in American sports in a sense here.
Okay. It was
Yeah.
it's funny. I was having
This is it, it's
I had a whole
yeah.
dream about like like a made up conversation that I had with like an American soccer fan and like
Hmm.
having a conversation about Copa America. So like, if you're trying to sell soccer in America, right, as a let's say a network buying the rights or whatever to it, because Fox has been also been doing a trash job with it. If you're trying to use Copa
Yeah.
America to quote unquote sell the soccer idea in America, put Copa America back in South America so that people that are tuning in can see that crowd,
Real atmospheres.
real atmosphere,
Because
and then they come with the expectation of that's how Copa America is supposed to be.
like
Let's bring it over here, or let's
the
try to
ones in
get that.
the last one in Brazil was during COVID. There was nobody there, but the one
Yeah.
before then, 2019, I was there
Hmm.
in Brazil for Copa America. And yes, every stadium, well, not every stadium, but okay, averaged out every stadium was like at 80% capacity,
Yeah,
because there was a couple games that
but I think
wasn't
you
that
say the
full, but the
80%.
people in there, the people in there were 100% capacity, like
Yeah,
participation. They
yeah,
were,
exactly. That's what I'm about to say. Like they
yeah,
were all in, and everybody was.
yeah.
So
Everybody understood the assignments, and that's something that lacks. Hopefully in 2028, Ecuador gets the bid and we'll be able to see a little bit a different thing. It's also I believe projected to be 16 teams, including CONCACAF as well. So that should make people want to go to South America, whichever country it is,
yeah,
to go to the US games in South America versus a South American team and see how it really feels to like
to be
get the
somewhere else.
crowd,
Yeah, also
yeah,
be just
and
be
actually
somewhere
have
else.
crowd environments,
Yeah.
because
Well,
it wasn't that great.
nah. Well, hopefully the next one is better. Where you have off to next?
I'm going to Vegas in a few days.
There you go.
On Tuesday, the game is on Wednesday against Jamaica.
Well, hopefully that one.
So
Oh, that one's better. Hopefully, you think you guys make it out the group.
losing the first game
It hurt.
it hurts bad, but if Argentina can lose the first game of the World Cup and still win the World Cup, then Ecuador could win the Copa America after losing the
Uh,
first game.
from
Anything is
the
possible.
how do they say? De tu boca a los hijos, al oído de Dios. From your mouth
Yeah,
to God's ears.
yeah. Okay,
Uh,
to
this
my
is.
mouth to Maradona's nose. Please let us win.
Oh man,
Hey
but yo,
yo.
NYC, yeah, NYCFC had let's call it a rough ass week. They had a rough time at work this week. They on the road, LA and Nashville, coming off a very controversial loss to San Jose because the refs have come back and said that the penalty should not have been awarded. So there's another strike for us trying to get these pros back, bring back the fucking scrub. What was it? The scabs? Is that what you call them?
Yes.
Yeah. But they had a rough week, so they go to LA, and maybe let's to harp on the LA one because uh, I think we realized LA's like a much better team than we gave them credit for. So they put us to they put us through it. We look kind of rough, but we kind of I think we mentioned that in the last one where we might have we just like if we get a result in LA, cool, but we might give that one. But Nashville is the winnable game.
Yes.
Boy, that were we wrong.
We were wrong in both sense. Like in the LA game, we didn't talk about the LA game. So the LA
That's what
game, uh, real quick, um, how can I say this? We didn't look like we were ready for that game either.
no, not at all, not at
We
all.
looked like we went on vacation this week instead of on business trip. Now that I
And
think
then
about
mind
it.
you, and they went early. They were in California pretty much right after San Jose because they
Like
spent Father's
a
Day out there.
Sunday. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they went like Sunday morning, Saturday
to
night, Sunday morning type of thing. Yeah.
get acclimated to the time difference, get all that whole night. So they had no excuse to go to that match without at least physically there. You know, no jet lag, none of that.
Hmm.
And the only positive, honestly, the only positive thing I can take from that whole match is that Tavon wasn't too like overwhelmed with Pinso. He had that crazy moment where he tracked back, but boy, dude, our defense there looked atrocious. Like they were just like Puig wasn't even on the field. They were doing it without Puig.
Yeah, he didn't even play. Yeah.
Like how are we getting diced up without their chef? Because he's the guy that cuts people through and then dishes it out. Like that one was
Because
rough
they had us in the kitchen cooking for them.
for them pretty much
Yeah.
because that like the horrible passing. Like James Sands was what would like we just look like like we're not sharp. All the passes were
Wasn't goals results of
a bad
errors
pass.
by James
Yeah,
Sands? Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
because the you get the one where Martins gets a nice save or not save, but he gets a nice block on it. It just deflects over, but that starts with James Sands giving it away right from the deal. Like he literally passed it just to a Galaxy play, and it was just they were just sloppy. They look I won't call them amateur, but they were just like you said. They looked like they went on vacation and forgot. It was like, oh shit, we got to play a match today. That's how
Hmm.
it felt like. That's how it felt like. But I mean, you think
And even with the
it-
Nashville game, it was a
yeah,
nice story about Malachi Jones going back to his
go
hometown where he
home.
went to school, where his brother plays now
You have a lot
in
of,
Nashville.
but it's
It
also
was a very nice.
they're also
It was a
on
very
kind of on the
nice.
down.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like I thought that was gonna be a rebound game at that point. And where did it go wrong? We actually Maxi gets his first start coming
Yeah, that
back.
was pretty cool to see his first start, which also concerned me because why? Uh, what did Hannes Wolf do that's
That's warranted
merited
of was
him
it?
getting benched?
Yeah,
Tallis Magno not being on the bench was a eye opener
yeah.
after our friend of the show, JR DeBart, released some quotes from Taz Magno from last week during was it the LA game, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Oh,
Saying,
you want to say like what he said?
go ahead, you got it.
No, go.
Well, yeah, I don't
I was
have
gonna
the
say
direct
paraphrase.
quote.
No, just paraphrase it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's what I was gonna do.
My bad, bro. You know exactly the state of mind that I'm in right
Yeah, bro, I don't even want to do this right now.
now. This is for you
Yep.
guys. We want to talk it through. We just want to do this for you guys.
Yeah, guys, I didn't even want to do this. I was I was on my way to eat breakfast when
You
he
should
texted
have.
me, "Could you come on?" I was like, "Bro, like, I'm hungry.
He said it's
Like,
morning.
I can't even give you a rational answer right now. Like, I'm hungry right now. I'm thinking improperly right now, improper things in my head. You know, out of hunger."
I don't. Hey, but you got the breakfast burritos.
Yeah, I had no. I had two pork chops with arroz y frijoles with two sunny side eggs on top.
Oh, okay then.
It was a Mexican breakfast diner spot. You heard me correct, fellas.
Yeah.
It was a diner, but it was just Mexican breakfast food.
Oof.
You know, called the Mission's
Wasn't it?
Kitchen. The
Okay.
Mission's Kitchen. I'm here because I'm in the Mission District of San Francisco, which is grimy as fuck. Um,
You
but
also
Taz
went to
Magna, he said,
Farolito too.
I went to El Farolito Football Heritage the other night.
Yeah.
Yes, Football Heritage.
Did you see the
They had
trophy?
their yes, I did see the trophy.
Oh,
It was inside. It wasn't in the restaurant. It was next door in like a bar that they also have, which was probably one of the grimiest bars like I've been to, and I've like it looked like it put Roosevelt Avenue to shame of the grime that was probably going on in there. Like
damn.
the bouncer wasn't bouncing; he just like let us walk in. He had like a 40 of orange juice, Tropicana or whatever, just throwing it back, leaning crazy on the wall. I'm like, where are we walking into? Let's get the hell out of here.
Shit goes
But
down there. He just doesn't ask any questions later. You're like,
yeah, he's
oops,
just gonna close the door. He's gonna close the door and walk out.
yeah, I did my job. They short idea, I bet.
You
Nah,
know,
but
Taz
back
Magna,
though.
let's hurry up. Taz Magna basically said uh that him and the coach aren't seeing eye to eye, basically, and that he performs in practice. That he said he's the best in practice. I think was the
He's
words he
one of the
used, the
one. Yeah,
best.
I think one. I won't give him the benefit of it. One of the best in practice. That's what he said.
And he's not sure why. And then he asked him, does he see himself being here after the summer transfer window? And he said, I don't know. And I guess Nick said, I do know.
Yeah, he's going
The
to.
answer is hoping to be no, and you're going to be not even on the bench come this
Yo,
transfer window.
he pretty much said you was going nowhere,
Hmm.
like which is crazy because he when I know he gives like a little Nick kind of gives a I said Nick like I know him firsthand. Cushing does those answers where it's like, are you lying to us? Or what are you trying to hit at? That one was like, nah, that man going nowhere until we say he's going somewhere. He's on the
Yeah, I
contract.
wonder. I didn't check if he got asked about it in the post show presser yesterday.
Mhm.
But it'll be interesting to see his thoughts on that more.
That's essentially what he said. He was like, nope. He's like, to our knowledge, he's going nowhere. We have no plans to sell him.
Yeah, so Maxi Morales starts.
Yeah,
No
so
Magno.
no Magno.
Bakura up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the lineup real quick. So it's Bakra up top. Well, I'm gonna go the Sanchez route from the back to the front. So that
Always.
always the for sure one, the for sure spot that we can always say is Matt Freeze. So Matt Freeze in goal, obviously. Kevin O'Toole coming second start back from injury. Risa on the left, Thiago on the right, and Ilenic on the right back. Got Parks and Sands in their usual spots. Morales up taking over in the center attacking mid. Rodriguez on the left, Ojeda on the right, and Bakrar getting the start up top. So
I think you said
Tapito,
that the wrong way.
no, I'm reading
I
it.
understand what it said. I understand what it says there, bro. Ojeda plays in the left and
And
Rodriguez plays on the
Sanders on the
right.
right. But
Yeah.
I'm just reading it as they got it over here.
No. Don't read it how you got it. You gotta put it, you
I'm
gotta put
reading.
a little spin to it. I do the spins. I do the spins.
I know, but
I do
that's
the spins
exactly
like
that's why you do the
I do the
lineups.
washing machine. You know,
Hey.
I'll be spinning. You know?
Yeah, they put Selena in the at this bar yesterday. I was just like, da, 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 da. Just you're in California, bro. You got to play Selena's.
Bro, they I don't have to go far to hear that. You know what I mean? Like I just
The-
walk down the street and I hear something.
so I believe this is the first time that Maxi and Bakar played, right? Together. Would this be the first time they played it? Because he got injured last year in October, and he came
Well,
in
you
the
mean
second
start
half.
together?
Start together. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, it starts together, obviously because Maxi's first start, but I feel like
Yeah.
they've been on the field together on Maxi's substitute
Mm.
appearances. Maybe
So
not. Let me.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying. I could, if y'all know, leave it in the comments. But I'm right now. I'm struggling to think of a time when he was not injured and Bakar was starting or on the field. He had just gotten into the team when he got injured. He got injured in end of September, October of 23, and Bakar came in the window late.
No, they got time together.
Yeah. So
This one,
and
first time this year.
yeah, let's go call it first time this year. So people on socials were getting excited to see how him with his distribution, how does Bakar fit in with this? And it just feels like it doesn't work. It's like nobody can unlock this guy. Like I don't understand what's happening with Bakar. Like there's been I saved some tweets because it was just like this cannot be real stats. So what up, man? Oh, this man, Twitter stays changing. For my bookmarks, there we go. So Musa has one goal in 1,098 minutes in 2024. And then that's from Glenn Crooks. And Scott Churchson said that through 19 matches last year, NYCFC had 26 goals and has scored 26 goals scored and given up 23. And then last year through 19, or I guess he meant this year, sorry, through 19, it was 20 goals scored and 25 allowed. So we're not looking too far off really from last year's production, even though we've managed to win more matches, I believe so. But this dude is not working out. Like, is it time to end the experiment?
And the experiment, I'm not sure is the right word. I would think and him starting might be the right one. Like he might be someone who's gonna have to just accept the bench role and let's do this experiment with Jovan now. If you want to keep experimenting, if you want to keep something more factual statistically, go with Martinez,
Yeah,
right? Who's been producing. But if they want to be scientists and experiment, go with Jovan. This experiment, this could be tabled, put on hold, recalled.
related.
Uh, yeah.
Because he was quoted saying that he's still waiting for someone to win the shirt or to win that starting role. It was like we thought we saw the guy. Alonso's the only one really that can be consistently scoring goals up top from the three. So we thought that he was at least for the time being bumped up to number one. But if he's still shuffling the deck, what are we doing? You know?
What are we doing? Yeah, exactly. That's the big question now. What are we doing with this team at that position? They clearly the choices they've made haven't worked
No.
past 2 years.
It's
So
but let me so I'll ask you about the way we conceded this goal because off going into the match, all the pundits said they were saying that the teams are sort of fairly at the same odds of winning, that they've been sort of the same trend. Once again, our defense is just for, I guess we're playing amateur. That shit was horrendous, the way they scored that goal. They couldn't clear the ball from within the box. Like, Elenic gets a nice little stop, but then he loses it again. And then he gets it another chance to clear it out and doesn't. And you get the cross in the box header
but
1-0.
I also feel that Elinish gave up on that play.
Yeah, On the what? On the
like
first go ahead or after
on,
the second?
on the cross,
Oh yeah,
inside the box. Like you could tell when he got beat, he just stopped running. He like downshifted and didn't like the intensity wasn't there in that play. I feel like he took the play off.
it was crazy, man. Like there was a like within the second minute or within the first or second minute, a crazy pass that just got through everybody, and dude missed it. But or I forgot if yeah, he had a horrible miss because he beat he beat Freeze. And I think that from that point on, it was just more like, yo, this team is just gonna have a rough day out here. Like, what is going on? Like, the defense is not reading each other. They're not paying attention. We thought Reese coming back would have been like at least those two knew how to play with each other. So what happened? Like, is it a weird mix up? Because I think maybe this is like you have O'Toole who's been missing matches. He just came back. Elenic hasn't really been a consistent starter, and Risa is also just coming back. With also and Martins, so everybody there is just like coming back from something. And so, can that be the answer to getting like off the skid? Just we need to just lock it down better to give the offense a little bit more chance because we weren't producing anything in that match. Like we weren't in on anything really. Like it just our offense looked atrocious. Like could that beat the skid? Because I don't want to say that the our winning streak meant nothing just because it was predominantly at home. I want to say that that actually was like a team that figured it out.
We're also playing against tougher competition.
That's true.
Even though Nashville's not projected to be, but they weren't a bum team, you know. And 2 games back to back on the road after a week away from their families and stuff, it takes a toll. It leads to lack of concentration, stuff like that. It's on the players, it's on the coach. At least this week has been something clearly was off. And the next game, I know the next game's at home, and then
Yeah.
if we get a positive result, it's going to be like, oh, those 2 games didn't matter. But then we go right back out on the road.
Yep.
You know,
And
it's not like we can hide at home for a bit to straighten things out. Like, no, we're going right back on the schedule is coming hard and fast right now.
hey
Uh,
yo, hey yo, son, this man.
listen, bro, I'm in
That
California.
drop. Choo-choo,
I'm in
right now.
California.
Where are you?
You
You out here with K
remember
dot?
remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Sunshine,
Sunshine.
and they were like, he's from
So
California.
California. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't go to the Castro district.
So
But nah, like we got all right, so you
I
talking about what we got next, right? We got Orlando, right?
yes, next
Orla
Friday,
next Friday at 7:30, another Friday night lights game. And
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. And before we get into like our maybe predictions on how we feel about that, just because you mentioned the rest of the matches, we have 6 matches before Leagues Cup starts, by the way. And we're in the Bronx. Then we go um to City Field, and from there we go Austin, Chicago, Atlanta, Orlando, and then we come back to and then to the Bronx for Leagues Cup. We go the next 2 matches after that. We until Leagues Cup starts, we don't see that team again. We can possibly lose a couple of these matches on the road if we don't straighten up.
Possibly. This is a legitimate thing. We might not even beat Orlando in Yankee Stadium on Friday.
No. Like let's see where right now Orlando they're in 10th place, so they're not doing too well. But let's go our match. We could be their restart if we keep playing like
Yeah.
this. So um I want to say I'm hoping that when we play them, we just try to like be a bully and just get in early, maybe 1-0 early in the first half, and then if we can't get a second right away or within that first half, just at least keep pressuring them. Because
Hmm.
if we go back into just sort of like let's play defensive mentality, it's not working out for us. Like we have to be the bullies of the match for us to play like our game now, or at least that's what it feels like.
Hmm.
Because if we're not in it, our minds get in. Like you said, they all look lost. What do
Hmm.
you think? You think we're drawing, or you think we're? So you saying we're not winning?
No, I'm saying we're gonna win 2-1.
So it's always positive. You're never gonna. Sanchez will never do a
Not
negative
at Yankee
result.
Stadium.
Not at
Not
Yankee
at Yankee
Stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah, but I think we draw. I'm gonna say we draw a Yankee, but
Listen, a loss or a draw at Yankee Stadium against Orlando will bring up the conversation again.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's already picking up a little
People
steam,
are
but
quick.
we don't need
People
to.
are people are quick.
People are
People are
quick.
quick.
People are quick because it was
People
a
are
bad
quick.
week. It
Yeah,
was a bad week, and,
it's a
and not
horrendous
just
week,
results
man.
wise, not just results, the way of the play, the
Yeah,
way the style of play was not good. So another a loss against Orlando at home will have the people spicy
yeah. I don't know if at what point do the profile pictures come back
after next weekend.
after next week?
Yeah,
All right. So
quick.
after quick, all right. People are probably like
Yeah,
after the trash bin file. It's
it's
like
already in the it's already in the draft.
in the draft. Oh man. Well, let's hope
Yeah,
that
man.
we turn it around. But Sanchez, I
All right,
know
bro.
you're out there in San Francisco with fam, so I'm gonna let you go. Uh, and it's gonna do what Californians do best. Cause and
On a Sunday afternoon, the USA game is about to start in a bit. I want like to watch that.
like in an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody like subscribe all that extra stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a quick one. I know you suck right now because everything is my man Sanchez is ready to route. So with all that said, yo, peace out. Love ya.
Vaya con Dios, people.
I'm used to the people.
California love.